Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up to help the channel grow. Click the bell icon at the top of the page to get notified when I post a new video. Universal Channeling. Channeling the Conscious Universe. Suzy Ward, channeling Matthew Ward, March 1, 2023. Light versus dark battle, needless fears, potential lockdown, volunteers helpers, intuition, discernment, effects of intensifying light. With loving greetings from all souls at this station, this is Matthew. Part of the light versus the dark battle still is being waged behind the scenes, but other parts have boldly moved onto the world stage. Citizens in many countries are revolting against government policies steeped in darkness, and other governments are refusing to cooperate with the Illuminati's efforts to bolster their fast-withering global tentacles. Deep State, the Cabal, Shadow Government, One World Order, and Neo-Nazism are among other designations for this secret society, whose many disparate factions have the same diabolical ideology and goal: to control the world. They need low vibrations for their very survival, and they are lashing out at the growing opposition by creating fear however they can. They know this low vibrational sensation is potent and contagious. The fear of one person reaches everyone nearby, and they spread it wherever they go. But the peoples don't know that, and they don't know their fears, which stem from scary old predictions put back in circulation or outright lies reported repeatedly by Illuminati-controlled mainstream media, are needless. None of the following dire-sounding information applies to Earth's future. If Russia defeats Ukraine, Putin can invade NATO countries. With China as Russia's ally, the danger is great that these two aggressive countries could start a nuclear world war. The Illuminati desperately want their propaganda to evoke another world war, but there will be no World War III, no nuclear war. The cleansing mission Russia undertook in Ukraine is ending more than half a century of the Illuminati's heinous activities in that country. As essential as this mission is to the light forces, there is a deep sadness about it. Most Ukrainian troops and civilians don't know about the pervasive evil-doing ensconced in their country, often strategically established in basements of apartment complexes, hospitals and schools, so they don't understand why Russian troops are attacking those places. They don't know either that atrocities blamed on Russian troops are the work of Illuminati-paid mercenaries. People in the two countries share the same ancestral roots, culture and history, and it is tragic that people who weren't enemies now are killing each other. We hadn't intended to speak so emotionally, but this situation has touched us deeply. All lives destroyed by the intention of darkness affect us this way, and we mourn with Gaia. But we cannot allow sorrow to linger, or it would dim the collective light at this station, and we cannot let that happen. Our light is needed to help keep the universe in balance, and to help Earth heal her raw wounds. Now we are looking at her in the continuum where peace, love, joy, abundance for all, and life in harmony with nature prevails. Dear ones, that is the glorious world you are helping our Earth family manifest, and all light beings in this universe are grateful to you. In the density on Earth, it is more than you can imagine, but when you triumphantly return to your homelands, you will know. Now then, the faction of the Chinese government that has taken charge is discussing with Russia and other nations the best ways to establish a peaceful world, restore Earth's ravaged environment and fairly distribute the wealth of the world. After finger-pointing at China for the spy balloon, the United States shot it down, and soon afterwards did the same to a few unidentified objects. That raised the logical question, if those are from an off-worldly source, will the aliens who sent them retaliate by invading Earth? Years ago an intergalactic team erected a protective light grid around Earth, and its brilliance cannot be approached by any low-vibrational entities. All extraterrestrial spacecraft surrounding Earth are there to assist the planet in its civilization. However, since a holographically produced ET invasion is on the Illuminati's contingency agenda, they may attempt that. If they do, the light forces will turn it into spectacular entertainment. Scientists claim pandemics are here to stay. To protect public health, the World Health Organization can legally mandate that everyone be vaccinated and require proof of compliance to obtain standard services. If Illuminati controlled who sets that requirement, it can be enforced only briefly. The populace is waking up and the Dark One's time is up. The United States medical community is concerned about a superbug fungus that is spreading. Now a fungus also is threatening the public's health? However that plays out, it will be one of the Illuminati's last efforts to promote fear and chaos. In the months ahead, many deaths will be caused by the effects of vaccinations as well as all the other reasons people died prior to the pandemic. Just as now, the majority will be in accordance with soul contracts. The February 1, 2023 message explains this. The immune systems of everyone who absorbs light will be greatly strengthened. Light transforms carbon-based cells into the crystalline that are resistant to disease, enable bodies to live in the higher astral planes of light where Earth is heading, and reactivate dormant DNA strands. Light absorption comes from living in godly ways, and as God said, it is as simple as, be kind. Due to climate change, oceans will inundate coastlines as far inland as mountains and drown everyone in their path. Waters that have been very gradually rising for decades eventually will reach a maximum height of a few feet. Some areas won't be affected at all, and people in sea-level communities that are affected will have ample time to relocate. There also is the prediction of a sudden mini-ice age that will destroy most life. Earth's ascension journey to her destination in high fifth density does not include either of those. Climate change is causing storms to be more frequent, deadly and destructive. For more than half a century Illuminati have technologically manipulated weather, and caused natural disasters. When they have been vanquished, and that is looming ever larger on the horizon, there will be no more disastrous weather events or catastrophic geological upheavals, and finally Mother Nature can get on her way to manifesting a moderate climate globally. Money in banks, pension funds, and stock markets can be lost when the economic system changes to digital. That is the Illuminati's plan, and it will not reach fruition. The system based on precious metals that will be implemented will safeguard legitimately earned money and investments and will abolish the national and individual debts at the usurious interest rates that enabled the Illuminati to amass part of their vast fortunes. The war on illegal drugs cannot be won because the cartels are so powerful. That war is a fallacy initiated by the Illuminati, who run the drug trade in collaboration with the cartels and some principals in governments. They also are at the top of the money laundering business, and when they no longer are in the picture, both of those industries will start unraveling. Everything based in dark intention will crumble as vibratory levels keep rising. Artificial intelligence, AI, will turn the population into semi-robots with digitized programming. That, like all the Illuminati's other unconscionable plans for Earth's peoples, will not come to pass, and AI will be used only in beneficial ways. Dear ones, sharing the truth of those matters will uplift all who are receptive, and explaining another issue also can avoid needless fear. Some time ago when we spoke about another lockdown, we said it was a possibility. Now it is a strong probability. Although we don't know exactly when that will come about, it appears to be near rather than distant, and we do know it won't be long-lasting. Still, it is advisable to have on hand extra food and other items useful in any unexpected situation. If troops are called in, it will be for your safety, not a military coup, and you can be certain that the light forces will ensure the aftermath is completely to your benefit and your world's. Indeed, you volunteers are powerful souls, but meeting every need of a third-density civilization that slumbered while darkness was controlling life in their world is way more than your mission calls for. Myriad other souls are helping you help Earth and her residents. Some entire civilizations are beaming light to the planet to keep vibrations steadily rising. Members of one civilization, appearing as cloud formations, are greatly reducing toxic pollutants in the skies. Until so-called vaccines no longer are in use, scientists and ET special forces will continue to erase nanochips programming and decrease the effectiveness of elements that work in conjunction with 5G technology. Members of those forces in all intelligence agencies know what Illuminati operatives are planning and alert the white hats, who prepare accordingly. As we have mentioned previously, others in the special forces, and crews in spaceships surrounding the planet will prevent the detonation of nuclear warheads, if that is needed. Guardian angels and other souls in angelic realms are beaming the light of unconditional love, and spirit guides are providing practical suggestions, which individuals think are their own aha moments. Beloved brothers and sisters, you are part of the mightiest host of helpers this universe has ever known. Messengers from the light tell us to ask within for answers. I don't know if I am not getting any or I am not getting them clearly enough to analyze so I can discern which information to believe. Now what do I do? Although it is possible to hear a voice clearly telling you what is true and what is not, it's much more likely that answers come as intuition, the soul's message to the consciousness. Your soul self is within cosmic consciousness, or creator source intelligence, and it is from there that information comes intuitively. It doesn't need to be analyzed, it needs you to trust your immediate reaction. If information flows naturally and lightly in your heart space, very likely it is true. If you feel resistance, a momentary tug for instance, or a blocking sensation, very likely the information is false. Trusting what you sense is truth or falsehood is discernment. In your homelands, guidance from the soul reached your consciousness as naturally as you breathed. In third-density bodies, however, learning to trust intuition is like perfecting any other ability, it requires practice. Let us add another note about intuition and discernment. This partnered capability distinguishes between what is important for you to know, and what is not. Don't look within for answers to questions of trivial nature. If the light on Earth is intensifying, why is violence increasing? Shouldn't it be decreasing? Violence is the downside of intensifying light, but that is only until the light is so intense that the low vibrations of violence cannot exist, and that time is coming closer by the day. Most violence now is caused by the Dark Ones, who are fighting the light forces tooth and nail every step of the way. Violence you call random is a result of the light strengthening humankind's characteristics and behavior. Good gets better, bad gets worse. Individuals who feel they have been unfairly treated direct their feelings toward the persons they hold responsible. Individuals who feel society has ignored them lash out at strangers. Gang members act with increased animosity toward other gangs, and there's payback from individuals who feel they have been bullied. Some individuals act out of deepened racial or religious bigotry, others act out the violence in computer games and films. Many of those incidents are karmic lessons chosen by all who were directly affected. Dear family, there is far, far more good on earth than bad. Countless acts of kindness, generosity, and assistance happen every minute of every day around the world. There is an immeasurable abundance of goodness on earth, and your light is helping to keep it flowing and growing. Light beings throughout this universe honor you for steadfastness in your mission, and cheer you ever forward in your earth journey. Love and peace. Suzanne Ward. Website, thematthewbooks.com. Email, suzy@matthewbooks.com. Please send all questions and comments to suzy@matthewbooks.com. All messages from December 2003 to date are archived on www.matthewbooks.com.